Lunes. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work. Si me quiero educar, dormir en algún lugar, un lugar para trabajar, y si no hay para emigrar. Todo money, money, todo el dinero. Solo un par de gente se lleva el botín entero. Funny, funny, pasa verdadero. Si tienes lo verde siempre llegará primero. Pero llegaremos antes o después. Solo a lo suyo, que Dios todo lo ve. Que por más que tarde lo veré caer. Somos más lo bueno y tenemos fe. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. Yeah. El mundo quiere dinero. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Con dinero. Money work. Yo digo las cosas como son. No quiero ninguna aceptación. Tampoco vengo a pedir perdón porque mis sentimientos se volvieron la canción. Yeah. No me vale mucho como tú me ves. Sabes, tú me llegas solo a los pies. Para mí ser grande es un interés. Ser un buen humano para mí es un deber. El dinero ya lo veré. No vendo mi alma, lo lograré. Seré el más grande, no olvidaré de dónde vengo ni cómo voy. Money work. Yeah. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah. Yeah. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Yeah. Money work. Corazón, de corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Yeah, de corazón, de corazón. La plata no te hace ser feliz. Money work. El mundo quiere dinero. Yeah, 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 yeah. Money work. Money work. Money work. Money work. Se arregla con dinero. Money work.
On the 1 and 2 for you, this is DJ Torch. If you can hear me, say something in the chat room. Put a number 1 in the chat if you can hear me.
And the pot calls the kettle black, calls the kettle burnt, calls her mad. Kettle reminds the pot that we both been burned on the same
This goes out to Big Cap and his friends.
Stove, that the parts of our bodies that are layered in soot were scorched by the same hands. Kettle tells pot that she still boils water, holds the hot breath of a white man's tongue, endures the slow simmer of a white woman's allyship, and still we make something beautiful. Pot calls the kettle wicked, and kettle says no, but says she's so magical she burned the hand of the last man who tried to pour himself a piece of her. Says she's so black she is everything, so black she is the beginning. She is the first thing someone finds home in when they wake up in the morning. Says ain't that what it means to be black? To have the world go up in flames around you and still be sanctuary for someone, saving men who lost themselves the night before, saving men who curse our names but forget his mama is made of steel too. And now the pot has no words but calls the kettle bitter, but loves the glass pan, the fine china, loves all the exotic shit white men put behind glass casings, loves how fragile things not made of steel can be. But this isn't about the pot or the pan. This is about the kettle, the black woman, how she pours herself across across the earth, but no one bats an eye when the water disappears. We give ourselves to men who never love us, but they say we are difficult, too hard to break. How we, the kettle, praise this pot, this man for all the water he holds. How we are the only ones who do not call him monster when the water boils over, because we know this heat, this white flame, hot enough to make any of us explode. We are the first ones to make noise when the world goes up in flames. But they say the earth was saved by the man who heard her scream. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says yes, but says you best remember you black too. The next time they bring a fire to your neck, they burn black bodies on the stake and the stove. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says bitch I might be, says nuck if you buck, then says wipe me down. Kettle says yes my nigga, I be black, I be mad, and I boiled the last man down to his bones when he tried to test me. Pot calls the kettle black, and kettle says hell yes, but don't say my name as if you ain't ever been burnt too.
All right, all right. This is DJ Torch on the 1 and 2. We're going to keep this moving. We're going to keep it grooving. Here we go. Uh-oh, okay. As the famous band Queen would say, boom, 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 and another one hits, bites the dust. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get why, anyone would put so much effort into failure. But these guys do. They do it all day, every day. Shout out to Razor Rays. Trying to help out the Passport Bros, but Razor, let me tell you, it's not going to help. Rays, desperation causes men to do desperate things. And they are desperate. That is why they go. If they were as high value as they claim to be, if they were as attractive as they claim to be, if they were as control as they say they are, as they claim to be, they wouldn't be spending all their money getting on a plane, flying to a war zone to either get robbed, scoped, or deleted. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying a whole lot. Let me keep it going here. Listen. That's the beat right there. That there. I like the beat. Let me get to the commentary because Razor does a good job. Let's listen to what he says. Okay. So, okay, here we go. Two men talking to it. Okay, woman. Watch this. See, right there, you got to know something's up. You got to know something's up. People who just don't know, you don't do that. Here we go. Got him. They got him good. Did y'all see that? They got him good. But guess what? I mean, think about it. Those are ladies. I'm sorry you're so jealous about it. Those are your upgrades. These women are your upgrades to the, as far as how the manosphere and how Passport Bros think. These are an upgrade. They rather go through this with this calling you names on the way to the plane, you know. Hey, watch, watch. He's saying, yeah, I'm having a good time. I'm having a good time. Look at that, I'm having a good time. Look, he's having a good time there. You know, he's thinking he's the man. Oh, gee. Yeah. Look at that. Look at that. Got him. There's your replacements, ladies and gentlemen. K Brown in the house. Indiana moms, good seeing you in the house. Big Caps up in the clouds. Eat Pray Yoga's in the house. Sandy Red's in the house. Phoenix Soul is in the house. Everybody is up in here. Big Cap says this. This is funny. Big Cap's gonna defend him no matter what, but I love it. Hey, we need, here we go. At least taking those flights and being robbed, drugged, and or deleted, they were able to take those ladies to the cheesecake. Oh man, it's good seeing everybody. Let's do this tonight. Let's do this. Here we go. I'm gonna keep it rolling. Here we go. You know, look, there he's go running after. Oh no. Oh man, that's a shame. That's a shame. But that's the name of the game. You know, some people think they funky when really they're just lame. Let me keep it going. Here we go. All right, so we're gonna pause that right there. Oh man, that was crazy. That was crazy what went down there. I mean, what's the point? Passport bros taking them L's left and right. Look, you know something really, quite honestly. Let me break it down real quick. It's okay. Go ahead and take that L, that bent I. Go ahead and take it. We don't care. But all you need to do is just, you know, not worry about what black women are doing. If you want to take that kind of a risk and lose that kind of money, by all means, that's your money. You can lose it any way you want to. The problem is then you still come home and you still start saying things like black women this, black subsidiary of rights. You know what I mean? So basically, that's what's going down. And I just don't get it. I mean, that's when you have extra dust going on. You have to have a level of dust that you have to get on a plane for happiness because that's what you're saying, right? Let me keep it going here. Let me keep it going. We are going to dive into the world of Wendy Williams. She is going to be doing a let me break it down right here. This is coming from Chronicle Speaks. Very good. Let me get it started right now. Here we go.
Williams, which will appear on Lifetime February 24th, and the second half will appear on February 25th. The promo for this film has upset many, including myself, considering we have gone more than a year without seeing the beloved host, and it's been over 2 years since she's graced us with her presence on the television.
That is absolutely correct. Eat, Pray Yoga. Eat, Pray Yoga says, I come to the conclusion that we are better off without these guys in our community. Bars. Okay. Sandy Reyes says about a music producer. Sorry, DJ Torch, I believe. So I'm sure he won't mind if you hit him up. Okay, I'll check it out. Yeah. If he's in that, if he's got a like a record deal with somebody, even if he gave me permission, um, and the company handles the rights, it would be up to them technically. So I have to double check and see if it's just something out that came off his tape deck or something that's with a record company. But I'll definitely check them out. Indiana Mom breaks it down like this: Cheesecake Factory is a family favorite for us. But that's because that's not about that's not about the subject. We should just ignore him. Yeah, I agree. Jizzy B's in the house. What does Jizzy B have to say? Wait, here we go. Anyone says, "Epic girl, get yes. Let them go. Doesn't hurt my feelings at all." I hear that. Jizzy B says this. See if rich Caucasian men from the Wall Street wants to be in your community. Let's see how good luck with that. Well, I mean, the thing is that really Jizzy B, actually, that wasn't a really good selection. I think I get what you're saying, but nobody wants anybody from Wall Street. um, Wall Street is notorious for having highly stressed men. It's up there in the DV level. Um, and they're really not as successful as you think. A lot of them, they take a lot of L's that you wouldn't believe. But I understand your point. Jizzy, that's a very good point you bring up, though. Regardless, what you have to understand is this: the reason why Black women are not um, dating other races at a higher level is because right now they don't want to. That's the only reason. Has nothing to do with whether they're desirable enough or not. Um, in fact, the person who made Star Wars, George Lucas, guess who he's married to? You guessed it, a sister. And he's very fond of her. He check him out. Check him out. He seems to be, and he's beyond Wall Street, multi-billionaire. So anyway, let me keep this going. Here we go.
Screen. In the very moment that we get a Wendy Williams special, it's got to be like this.
This whole thing today, keep it there. Okay. Keep it there.
This film shows the last 2 tumultuous years of the host's life, showing the quickly downward spiral her life has taken, having guardian over her finances, the drinking, possible loss of memory, but with Wendy being the executive producer and her son actually recording when he said he wouldn't. Just looking at the way things are playing out, I feel like Wendy has something special underneath her sleeve for a crazy comeback just 5 months before her 60th birthday. And speaking of Wendy, we also want to get into these Kelvin Hunter docs. Kelvin Hunter is currently fighting his insurance company in court.
Good morning, Kelvin.
Regarding claim against the insurance company is fraudulent, and they
Calvin's trying to do some Ernesto shit. That's what he's trying to do. He's to me, many ways, I think he's going to be working himself into that category. And it's a shame that what he is he's basically a swindler, and he's been doing that for a long time. But for some reason, and I put Wendy Williams in the same department as Shirley Strawberry. They both are going through it with basically criminalistic dudes. But it's funny that he's trying to pull that kind of scam. These insurance companies, especially on a Ferrari, which is probably a $200,000 car, they do not play. Maybe he thought that something else would happen and he could get away with it, but you got to be kidding me. They're going to take that BMW, they're going to look at it, and he better have not damaged himself or water damaged himself. They do not play. He should have just got himself a gig or something. Pray Yoga breaks it down like this. The only people that are so pressed about what Black women are doing are men that claim they don't want them. Bars. Big Cap says this. At some point, it won't be no men. There won't be no men. Let me correct that real quick. There won't be no men in the community, no passport bro, no working class men, no Dusty. Who will be left? Find out on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Well, we'll see. Conscious Mind Love in the house. Eat Pray Yoga in the house. Phoenix Soul is in the house. Big Caps in the house. Dizzy B's in the house. Indiana Mom's in the house. Sandy Red is in the house. Kay Brown is in the house. You know, Phoenix Soul is here. We got everybody up in here today. If you're in the house, let me know. Here we go. Here we go.
And they want Kelvin to fork over text messages, credit card statements, and even his divorce docs to prove it isn't. They are trying to prove that Kelvin's finances or lack thereof is the reason for this claim. We are going to get into all of this and so much more, but before
You know what's funny to me is these guys are not that good looking at all either. That's the funny thing. Why do these ladies that are super famous get with these, I don't know, Dusties?
we do, please be sure to subscribe to this channel and hit the bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any news regarding this case and so much more. Now let's get back into it. I'm not gonna lie, it took me days to figure out exactly how I wanted to speak about this gut-wrenching trailer that Lifetime released entitled Where is Wendy Williams? The official description reads, after Wendy Williams was placed under a financial guardianship and her hit talk show was unexpectedly canceled, she was determined to make a career comeback, opening her private life like never before. Cameras chronicled her comeback journey to reclaim her life and legacy despite facing health issues and personal turbulence. With unparalleled access granted by
Man, it's just why does she put herself through this? I mean, basically, this is a good learning lesson right here. You know that hustlers and losers you just don't want to deal with because this is what happens. This is exactly what happens. You just don't want to go through it. Just avoid it the best you can. Avoid it the best you can. Here we go.
by Wendy to film with her and her family for nearly 2 years. What was captured was not what anyone expected. The documentary provides raw, honest, and unfiltered reality of Wendy's life that turned Wendy into the hot topic herself. Suffering mental and physical delicate state of mind, erratic behavior, and declining health were all captured by the cameras. Whereas Wendy Williams is the story of Wendy's journey to resurrect her career and what filmmakers discovered along the way. But many questions remain. Who truly has Wendy Williams' best interests at heart? Is she healthy now?
You know how many people love you? No, I don't.
Everything is only good.
I know.
Needless to say, Wendy has had a very tough few years, and the backstabbing has caused her.
I mean, why does anybody have an idea why Wendy Williams always gets into trouble like this? Somebody break it down to me. Let me know what is going on here because it seems like to me that she should be doing a lot better off than than she is. I mean, she still has money, even though she got rid of the parasite. So, welcome. Why is seeking knowledge is in the house? Just Cap and Tevin, we're gonna be fighting for Indiana. Mom is here. Yeah, Indiana. For some reason, why is it that these fellas always try to, um, you know, I guess downgrade black women? Black women will be just fine. Indiana Mom made a long list of um, young men, men of different, nationalities, uh, loving black women. So I think you might want to try another angle than that. Uh, Mistress Newbie is in the house. That is great. NY2 SF is in the house. Good to see you. Now, yeah, Ipre Yoga, he, sometimes, you know, Big Cap, he wants to, he wants to make it seem like he likes to try to get under people's skin. Let's just put it that way. Sometimes he's entertaining though. He says this, Ipre Yoga, please, hello, please don't at me unfortunately, my messages be triggering people. No, they don't. Actually, they don't. They're just kind of funny sometimes, Big Cat. Sometimes you do get on some people's nerves from time to time, but you know, it's like, I don't know. It just seems like a lot of people you know, just don't want to hear it. I'm avoiding all personal messages, only addressing DJ. Sorry, sis. But I'm sorry when you in here, you you're gonna hear from everybody else because the best way to address me, Big Cap, is on stage. You know where that's at. You know where that's at. It's just newbies in the house. Why seeking knowledge is in the house. It's good seeing everybody up in here. Let's keep this going. Here we go. You're in trouble now. The queens are up in here now. Here we go.
Her to lose trust in business partners, associates, so-called friends, and even her ex-husband. Hearing Will say, "Wendy, do you know how many people love you?" And she responds, "No, I don't." It's a cautionary tale that even the ones you feel have your best interests at heart just may not. I'm actually going to
Now, I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to Wendy. She seemed to be more attractive when she had less work done. That's just me, though. Mistress Newbie breaks it down just like this. Mistress Newbie says, "You don't sound like yourself, DJ Torch. You have a cold?" No, I'm just in a room. I can't be too loud right now, so I'm kind of chilling. But thanks for the concern. When I get back to into my other spot, uh, we'll see what's going down. Here we go.
to read you an email that I received August 21st, 2022 from a very reliable source that's close to Wendy Williams. This person says, "Unfortunately, blank allowed it to happen because of this person's hatred for Calvin. Blank was her medical proxy during the entire time that Bernie was her manager. This person allowed Wendy to be charged $10,000 per visit for 45-minute doctor visits. This person allowed Bernie to sit in on Wendy's private therapy sessions with the doctor selected by Bernie and Detmar."
And then there's this person, this oh gosh, this a former doctor, okay, had medical information about me that I never even got. It was sent over to Lori Schiller. So I haven't gotten the stuff. I fired the doctor. And again, all I want to know is, where is my money? This is not right. And certainly, this is not fair. This is not fair.
This person allowed Detmar and Bernie to have final say-so over all matters related to Wendy's health. So when you
Right, that is crazy. That sounds a lot like what happened to what was it? That rock singer, I forgot her name, the pop singer of the 90s at least. But anyway, gold reflections in the house, gold reflections. Right on. It's good to see you in here. Here we go. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
When you saw Wendy cracking, it was under their watch. The defining moment is when Wendy was found comatose in her apartment by DJ Booth and her real estate agent while Bernie was downstairs in her apartment muttering to himself. Bernie initially refused to give them entry to the apartment, and when they finally gained entry, Bernie refused to allow them to take Wendy to the emergency room, saying that the optics didn't look right and he needed Ira and Mort to okay an ambulance. DJ Booth called Big Kelvin, who in turn called Lil Kevin, and Lil Kevin had to tell Bernie that if he didn't allow the private ambulance in, he would call 911. Big Kelvin arranged the private ambulance and Wendy was taken to the hospital. Wendy almost died that night. So when Wendy was released from the hospital, Lil Kevin brought
That just shows you how little her handlers and the people around her cared about her. That's sad and disgusting at the same time. It's a shame. It's a shame. And it just goes to show you that sometimes you just got to stay away from the dust. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
her to Miami and began personally caring for her, and that is when her health began to improve. The person who I was told that had medical proxy over Wendy and actually released it to Bernie is in this documentary, and it's not Lil Cash.
That is who it was. Britney Spears. Thank you, Indiana Mom. Thank you, Indian Man Mom. Britney Spears and her controlling, thieving father. Yep. Some people that the money's more important than the lives that they're supposed to be protecting.
The email went on to say that Wendy was in Florida trying to get help with her son. And when she did not return to work as they wanted her to, that's when all hell broke loose. There was a stop put on Wendy's funds. And when she tried to allow her son to be her power of attorney, they stopped that as well. And a guardian was placed over her finances.
Wow.
And it's been that way ever since.
Okay, so maybe there's a different edge of the coin here. Why psychoanalysis is they didn't want her drug use revealed, which obviously is not good for them as well. But they probably didn't want her son to get involved because maybe he wasn't good with money either. I don't know. But that I have not a problem with. The problem would be where's her money? They should still be able to tell her where her money is. She may not be able to get it or for some reason, but she should know where her money is.
And this guy named Bernie Young, I know for a fact that Bernie Young used my American Express card to hire an attorney to file a petition against me. That was done.
Otherwise, what you're looking at is another Dusty, y'all, right here. Mr. Dust number 3 for the day. Okay. It's funny because all these guys say, oh, I'm a high value man, but they seem to be siphoning a lot of the money from high value women. That's a shame.
Done with my American Express card. Bernie Young, you're no good.
This documentary and knowing the different things that led up to Wendy getting to this point, it makes it even harder to watch. We've all seen the headlines. We've all seen the photos. We've seen her spiraling out of control. And then we hear talks of a reality show and having cameras constantly in her face when we all could see very clearly that Wendy was not well. So to see the trailer for this documentary and to know the time frame that this was being recorded around is very difficult to watch. It's gut-wrenching. It's heartbreaking. Needless to say, I'm hearing that Wendy has been away for some time because she was spending time.
If she gets in the gym, she might be able to get herself back. Who knows? But she needs to do something. We are going to move forward.
Getting herself back right, getting herself clean. So I'm not sure. Maybe Wendy is all the way clean now and decided to executive produce this whole documentary and then come out and show, hey, y'all, I made it. Maybe she's going to do that. I don't know. The fact that Lil Kev said last year that he was not going to be a part of this reality show if it did not paint his mother in a good light, and now he is a part of it. I just think that there's something that's going to turn around while we're watching this. But like I said, we're going to have to see.
Good for him. Good for him.
24th and 25th of this month. So let's discuss Mr. Kelvin Hunter. So Kelvin is currently in a long litigation battle with Essentia Insurance. Kelvin had a 2018 Ferrari California T two-door retractable hardtop that had a certain expert collector valuable collection policy insurance issued by Essentia. So according to Kelvin, on or about November 11, 2020.
Okay, first of all, he can't afford a car like that. And that's the first thing. And see, these insurance companies that insure vehicles like that, they are sharp as a tack. They are sharp as a tack. But see, his dust got in the way. His dust and banditry got in the way. Let's keep it going.
21, the vehicle sustained a covered loss of brain damage. Now, he contacted Essentia on or about November 15, 2021, and Essentia had a claims rep come out and inspect the car. Kelvin never received payment, and he never received an issue of coverage determination as to the loss. So Kelvin waited and waited and waited, and then he decided to sue. Now, the car is covered by flood, surge, and groundwater, and the total amount of the insurance is $1.2 million. So we can see why Kelvin would be upset that he hasn't received his check yet. Now, according to Kelvin, the vehicle is considered a total loss. So Kelvin is seeking $380,000 because that's the value of the car. But Essentia is like, wait a minute, not too fast, Playboy. They had an expert forensic meteorologist come through, and he was like, there wasn't a downpour of rain that day at the location that you stated the car was at. So now they've entered the chat, and the lawsuit.
You know how like a lot of property owners were like burning down their own buildings to get the insurance money? This is pretty much what's going on right here. What they are doing, what he is trying to do, these insurance companies have seen over and over again, especially with people that are in financial distress. So if he keeps this up, he's going to get himself in trouble. Which, maybe that's the best thing for him.
Lawsuit has indeed started. So Essentia denied the claim due to concealment or misrepresentation of material facts. So it is true they saw there was water damage to the car, but the weather isn't really mapping with the rainstorm that Kevin mentioned happened on that day. But on top of them bringing in their forensic meteorologist to prove that there was not a rainstorm that happened that day, they want to take it a step further. The insurance company is asking for credit card statements, bank statements, brokerage accounts, and also any documents that he's received regarding the divorce settlement between he and Wendy. Kelvin objected, and he does not feel like any of this would be relevant to the case at hand. And he also says that even getting this divorce settlement information from Wendy is not going to do anything but air out his business. He has personal, private deal set up, and then there's a third.
Well, it's too bad. He tried to hustle and he got he's not getting hustled, but he's getting he ain't fooling anybody. I mean, yeah, that's the problem. Is like it's hard to get water damage unless there was rain for that day. And he doesn't want them digging in that car further because they will find out how it got wet too. If they want to, they can go ahead and do that. So what they're doing is they're really giving him an opportunity not to fraud to cause to enact fraud. He's going to get in trouble here if he keeps it up.
Party that would be revealed that he does not want to be revealed, and that person does not need to be revealed. So he said at this point they're doing too much. Kelvin is currently seeking a protective order forbidding financial discovery. So we will have to see what happens from then on out. But now what I want to do is hear from you. What do you think about all of this mess going on with Kelvin Hunter and the insurance company? Do you think the car was indeed flooded? Do you think the insurance company is trying to
No, like I said, well, he did the same thing. I forgot what they call it, espionage or whatever, when they damage something to get money for it. I forgot what it's insurance fraud like a mother. They know it. He better be careful or he's gonna end up in handcuffs, especially over a Ferrari. So he basically ruined a car because he ran out of money, and that's what's going down. That's why they want all his financial information. So he probably wanted to rob Peter to pay Paul, and Paul's not having it. And Peter ain't having it either. So let me keep going here. We gotta keep the show rolling. Here we go. Remember Keith Lee? Here we go. All right, this from Everyday PJ. Let me fast forward to the beat. To the beat. As you remember last time, we had a situation where, you know, couple, a food car, uh, Keith. You can't be doing that. You can't be dogging out Keith like that. So basically, what happens is these folks they want to break it down right now. So from what I heard, this is supposed to be a sincere apology. Let's check it out and see what happens. Here we go.
I want to start this video off by apologizing to Keith Lee. He is someone that I looked up to for so long. I would never intentionally flip his words to work in my favor. I genuinely thought when he left the money for free haircuts that it was for free haircuts, not just to give to the barber. So I can accept as a man that I was loud and wrong, and I apologize. Once Keith Lee made his response video, my mom immediately sent the money to the barber that was originally there. I also reached out off camera to provide a sincere apology. So since now we all got a clear understanding of what Keith Lee wanted, we are taking the initiative to do what's right. This Friday, February 9th, between 1 and 5 p.m., we will be hosting a family and fun community event. We have reached out.
Now they're trying to see that y'all see what's going on, right? They're trying to clean it up. They're trying to clean it up to see if they can get that Keith Lee effect back in the mix. The problem is this, is that they really are not sorry about what they tried to do. They knew exactly what Keith Lee told them to do, and they just played with some words and tried to get what they wanted to. The reason why I know this is true because this happens a lot in our community. So I don't see why this is any. Let me keep going. Here we go.
Reached out to a master barber here in Dallas who will be providing quality haircuts, as well as we will be giving out meals to the first 20 customers in line, as well as free fried rib samples for everyone to try. As we take the step to make things right, I only have one request. Can you guys please stop with the threatening phone calls and harassing at my mom's home and place of business? Her address has been leaked, and just nobody deserves that. Everybody makes mistakes. I humbly and
I
graciously
I agree. I agree with that part about, look, if you don't feel like if you don't feel like they're being honest, which to me, I don't know about honesty, but they were definitely being greedy. Greedy people are everywhere. So why people are going to give out information on somebody else's personal location, that's not cool at all. That I agree with. Everything else, I think he's just kind of just trying to they're just
thank you for attending. I hope to see you all at the event. If there's anything else that we can do to make things right, please feel free to let me know. I'm committed to earning the trust of the community again.
What it do?
that's earning the trust of the community again. Oh man, it is too late. It's too late. It's too late, baby. It's too late.
What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. We
All
back in
right, I
the
just want to make sure PJ got his shout out. So let me move it forward a little bit here. I want to get back over to
I wouldn't do it.
okay, let me go forward here. Okay, so
Lord have mercy. Okay. What am I knowing? Anyway, so y'all owe at least 37 meals at
yep.
$20 a piece. Okay, that's plus tip. Okay. Okay, so you got another barber that's coming up to donate free haircuts. That's awesome. That's awesome. But are y'all paying this barber or is he just donating his time? Because I hope y'all paid the other barber. Or maybe this is the original barber. I don't know. But it seemed like it was kind of shady that you had a barber there and now you're gonna say a good master barber, like if the guy wasn't good or whatever. But hey, a little bit of shade along with your apology is whatever.
Yeah. All right. All right. Phoenix Soul says this. They made a whole clown of the brand. They sure did. El Vieto Press is in the house. Good seeing VM. Here we go. Here we go.
Just as long as Keith Lee got one, that's who deserved it. The apology in the first place. You know what I mean? So I'm glad we over this saga. Okay, Keith Lee, boy, you leaving a freaking trail of tears everywhere you go.
No, he's not. He's not leaving a trail of tears. It's not his fault that the people don't know how to do business. The thing is this: when somebody gives you $2,000 as a tip, which is all yours, right? And then $800 to give out free food, right? So you got $2,800 in your pocket, okay? And then they tell you to give this person money and that person money. That's all you do. You don't care why, what, how, or who. You just do what they say because they just gave you $2,800. They did not have to give you. He could have just went there, did a review, and left. And that right there would have been a big deal. He totally met. I mean, this family, they totally messed that up. But unfortunately, it's a lot. It's about that mentality of having that wanting that fast money. So she was willing to blow $20,000, right? Because that's about the average of what happens when the Keith Lee effect kicks in, right? She'd rather lose $20,000 than let $2,000 that wasn't hers by the way slide. Let that sink in. Let that sink in. You can't make this shit up. Why Seeking Knowledge says this. I hope they never recover. I hope they still don't have I hope they still don't have after the name change and all that. They changed their name too. They they still didn't have to. They had to change their name, man. So you know it was all bad. You know it was all bad if you dang. I didn't know it was all bad like that. That's pretty bad when you have to change your name. That's pretty bad. That is terrible. Well, folks, let's take a quick deep dive into what's going on with Krishan real quick.
Hey, what's up, y'all? How y'all doing today? Well, baby, if you're a Krishan Rock, it is over, right? And guess what? We can't blame Blueface for this one. Now, I know.
Okay, if you don't already know who this is, it's Tisa Tell. So she's telling us what's up. Let's break it down again. Here we go.
Right? And guess what? We can't blame Blueface for this one. Now, I know Blueface is who everybody loves to hate. And baby, he is bringing Krishan down. He even got her out here talking reckless to her friends. But we're not talking about today. Y'all, I believe we owe Troy, is it, an apology? The truth has come out about what happened between Tamar's best friend and Krishan. Remember all that when Troy was up there hooting and hollering, or so we thought on live, talking about, I saw a brutal attack, all this stuff happened. And Tamar Braxton was sitting on mute. She was apologizing to Krishan. She was doing all this stuff. Well, guess what? The man that Krishan assaulted, that Krishan said nothing happened, has filed a police report. Charges have been filed against Krishan. And get this, get this, get this, get this. He's actually doing a civil trial. Now, baby, you better get that money. Because let me just say this, right?
Ouch.
Regardless of how you feel about Krishan or not, and this goes to anybody.
Yeah, that's a problem right there. That's a problem. Somebody getting civil. Somebody going civil. NYC kicks it out like this. New York to SFTCM says Black folks never miss an opportunity to miss an opportunity. Ah, that's right on point. That is right on point. That's right on point. New Diamond in the house. Welcome, New Diamond. You know, I swear that was a good one. Phoenix Soul breaks it down like this. Why is Canale? It's putting new clothes on a dirty body. No, don't matter if they change their name. No, exactly, exactly. I mean, we got it rolling. I wish these dust buckets would leave me to TF alone. Who are okay? I don't know who they are, but yeah, they better. They better do that. El Vieto Perez says this. I don't know who any of these people are. Don't worry, El Vieto. We'll break into some people you know soon. I know, but I understand what you're saying. You know, why Seeking Knowledge breaks it down like this. Oh no, this girl has followers that is indicative of how lost our young women are. Yes, that's it. They love her, and she. People are supposed to look. Unfortunately, they look up to her. They look up to her. They do. I really think she needs help. I think she really, you know, she needs help. Let me keep playing. Here we go.
Body with, like Krishan said, she was on social media just last week talking about, I make 400,000 a post. I put 2 left feet forward. Everybody gonna talk about it. Krishan, you got a lot to lose. You got a newborn baby and you out here sucker punching people in the face because Tamar promised you something? Maybe. We don't know what happened because Tamar changed her story so many times, then said she couldn't make everyone happy, then apologized to the woman that has charges pressed against her for assault. Krishan Malone has been officially charged with assault with a deadly weapon and battery on a person with injury. Let's also not forget, after she allegedly punched him in the face, she went on live showing off the rings that she used to crack this fool's face open.
That's a problem right there. That's a big problem. Let's see if that's a big problem. That's a big problem. Poor Krishan Rock. She might be called Krishan broke soon if she keeps it up. I mean, her man's in prison. Well, another man. I wonder if what would be so cool if Krishan, I mean, and Blueface got together and started having jail calls from prison for the Blueface episodes. That would be so cool. You have to admit that would be funny. Indiana Mom breaks it down like this. These young black women need to leave those dusty men alone. Nothing but trouble, drama, and stress. I'm not sure who this Blueface and his brainwashed women are, but they all need to have several sleeves. Bars, bars, Indiana Mom. You nailed it. You nailed it. You have nailed it. I mean, New Diamond says this, why these homeless dusties are aggressive. G to F out my face. Keep talking about. Oh man. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. Okay, we're gonna keep it going a little bit longer, but we gotta keep Tisa, tell us a little.
If you recall, James Wright Channel Chanel said she injured his nose and chipped his tooth. She was adamant nothing happened. And many thought charges wouldn't be filed. But baby, charges have been filed. And Krishan's already on probation. She's already on probation. She's already running amok. She's already talking about she getting back with her baby daddy. How they both gonna be in jail?
That's a good point. And they are going to both be in jail if they keep it up. Elvio Lopez says this, it's sad kids can recite every word of a Young Thug song, but can't tell you one sentence of Edgar Allan Poe or any classical author. SMH, bars, bars, bars. Phoenix Soul says this, man, I'm so glad that the internet, that's internet, wasn't popping when I was on my thug-ish, just word of mouth, and that can't be denied. Why Seeking Knowledge breaks it down like this. Krishan letting her abuser pimp her and turn him into her baby daddy out here being reckless, risking being a neglectful parent. Exactly. Risking incarceration for assault for little of nothing. Dippy bars. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, and Phoenix so bars as well. I mean, we were talking some bars up in here. The truck has pulled into the back of the DJ Torch and Friends building and is dropping off bars everywhere. And then, oh, let me see what's VM. VM says this. VM breaks it down like this. We have to realize that only a small number of black women will make it out of the dust. Indiana Mom, and then Indiana Moms he breaks it down like this. VM true. I gave up on them a long time ago. I'll be waiting with advice for them. Otherwise, they can go down with their men's sinking ship. I mean, basically, that's what's going down. So let me keep it going on. Let me keep it going. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Let me keep it going.
How are they both going to be in jail talking to each other? I guess because collect calls only go one way, right?
Yeah, I
Again,
know. He's just getting a roast on. I mean, that's the shame of it all right there. Is like they're gonna be calling each other from their respective cells and their respected jails. That's gonna be interesting. Let's break it down again. Guess who? I don't know why I like listening to this woman, but she's funny to me, at least for a little while. I don't know if she's not my type because I don't know if I can handle this. But listen to it. Here we go. Wait, let me pause it right there. Let me pause that. I want to make sure just in case the beat kicks in. I don't want to, let me fast forward. Oh, here we go. You see what's up. You see what's up. Here we go. I think. Okay, here we go. 1, 2. Have to wait for something to load. Here we go. Want to move it back a little bit. Okay, here we go. Come on now. Give me that. Gonna give that a second. All right. Shout out Phoenix Soul in the house. Why Seeking the Knowledge in the house. Bridget's in the house. El Viejo Press is in the house. New York to SF is in the house. Let me get this to play here. Let me do one of these. I'm just gonna. Okay, let me go here. Okay.
Tears
Okay.
are
Don't.
forcing him to join the line.
Okay.
Happy with me. Oh, Tony, the closer, boy. Let me turn that shit down real quick. I forgot about you. See, it takes for me to read these comments to forget about to think. It's too much. It was Tony Closer. Let me ask you this. He only following you because you was riding envy. He say you broke as a scope. He say your chain fake. He say your woman take care of you. I don't know who that is. And he say you live downtown Brickell somewhere in a little old condo and you ain't got no shmoney. He said you cry too much on the internet, but he study following you. I don't get it, bro. If you think dog your buddy, bro, dog used you to fight envy for that bullshit doing the car show, bro. You ain't nothing to.
I swear to God. Yeah. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Look. I don't know if she can be like a full time comedian, but Cat Williams needs to call her up, have her do a couple, be a host or something, or you like a little warm up thing. She can roast with the best of them. I'm telling you.
The buddy, bro. You can't even get a ride in the Rolly Rollies or get on the Jetty Jet. So Tony the Closer, be mad, dog, because you a schemer to me, bro. You ain't even got a real estate license. And you were doing all these classes and whatever, scheming off the culture.
Let me pause right there. Why Seeking Knowledge is dropping more knowledge once again. So sad, but the Black community seems to appreciate lawlessness to their own detriment, worship it. Bars. Watch each other crash and burn and love every minute and disregard the lessons. Bars. Bars once again. Here we go.
Culture, bro. You talk with a lifts. That's what he said. And I noticed it too from looking on your page. I don't follow you, bro. You do. He give me my phone some night, give me his phone some night to look at shit. I give him mine too. I be like, look at this on here. So I be holding his shit, looking to it. Then I see, you ain't nobody, bruh. You be crying too much on the ground for me to be a big dude that played in the NFL. You say you played football. Well, crying like that. Told you to close a bitch ass, bro. What are you mad about? Let me go on that page right now and see what that saying, bro. If I read your lips ass, you got a lips, dog.
Man, oh man, she crazy. She is crazy. Let me play a little bit more of her and we're gonna move on because she's just gonna keep roasting.
Oh, you making me drop my Sachi shades all down the side of this motherfucker. And these ain't no fake ones like that chain you got on, nigga. You know you can't even go back and forth with me, bro. I can't help y'all mad because the man told me all y'all business. Be mad. Why y'all mad with me, man? See, that's how I know to sell they soul just to go ride, take a picture on the jet. Just to, hey, bro. Y'all gotta stop with this Betty Boop shit. Y'all is bitches to me, man. If I was a man, I'd come slap all you in the mouth with a hammer, dog. I ain't lying. I can't stand some of you hoe ass, bro. You hoe.
Oh man. Okay, so we're gonna start. I'd like to welcome everybody to Dusties by the Dozen. That was all our warm up right there. The warm up is it warm up? Yep. I think we warm up in here. I think it's time to get this party started. Let's go to our first contestant of the evening. Here we go.
Hey, Kendra. Hi,
Hey,
can you hear me?
I can hear you. How do you pronounce your
Awesome
name?
sauce. Morel.
Morel. Morel, where you calling me from,
Yes.
love?
I'm in Memphis.
Memphis. How old are you?
I'm 46.
46. What do you do for a living?
Is it me or does he seem a little bit stiff? Here we go.
I'm retired military, and right now I'm a payroll supervisor.
Retired military and a payroll supervisor.
Okay, that explains it.
Correct.
Do you have any kids?
I have three, 17, 16, and 9.
All by the same woman?
Two.
Two women. Have you ever been married?
I have divorced with papers.
Did you divorce one of your children's moms?
Yes, my 9-year-old.
Your 9-year-old. So you've been married once.
Correct.
And when did you get divorced?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay. And do you believe in zodiac signs?
Not at all.
Okay. So we got Merle, Memphis, 46, retired military, is a payroll supervisor, dad to 3 children by 2 women, was once married. What kind of woman you looking for, love?
Welcome, Mr. Moon. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
I'm looking for something that's real simple. I mean, I'm not looking for the sun, the moon, the stars. Just somebody who's very down to earth.
Okay, very down to earth.
All right, just in case somebody wants to come up, if you see something you see that you want to comment about, feel free to come up. You don't have to stay up if you don't want to, but if you like, you want to come up, roast or toast or anything, I'm going to drop a link in the chat. Keep it going. Here we go. Here we go.
All right, what are your deal breakers?
Deal breakers. I would say overall 2. One would be smoking. The second one would be finances. I don't really care how much money she makes. It's about how she handles her money. I'll give you an example. If she makes $1,000, but she spends 1,100, that's not a good financial plan. She's spending more than she makes. No, at some point, I'm going to have to compensate her for her bad spending. So finances is very important to me. Not how much money you make, but just how you spend your money.
So again, you said she makes $5,000 but spends how much?
No, I said my example. I use 1,000. So if she made $1,000 and she spends $1,100, I mean she's spending more money than she makes.
Well, how does she spend $1,100 if she only makes 1,000?
1,100.
Right, but she doesn't have $1,100, so how could she spend more?
No, she makes $1,000 hypothetically.
So I'm saying
Okay.
if she makes 1,000, how's she gonna spend 1,100? Because she don't have 1,100, she has 1,000.
Well, that's my point. She's spending more than she has.
Oh, they're telling me credit cards.
Okay.
So you gonna make
Right, miscellaneous. Whatever her amount is that she makes, if she's spending more money than
he's about to get mad at her. Hey, it's too bad. It's her show. She can say what she wants to say, right?
she makes overall is what I'm saying.
Okay, they getting me in the comment section saying, "Kid just saw she got credit cards." I'm just trying to figure out if somebody spent $1,000. Why? I mean, to me that doesn't make any sense. You're gonna spend all the money, all of it.
And that's my point, Kendra. If a woman is making however much money, it's irrelevant the number. If she's spending more money than she makes, that's a huge financial red flag.
Okay.
Her credit, Her, her credit score is her credit score.
Say it again.
Yeah, I'm not invested in her credit score. You can always improve a credit score. So I'm like, oh my God, you got to have a certain credit score number. You got to make a certain amount of income. Let's be honest. Her money is her money. My money is our money. So how much she makes is irrelevant. But if she doesn't have a good financial spending habits, that's going to be a huge red flag.
You know what I
Okay.
think? You know what I think the problem is? This is it. Most women, unfortunately, in our community, not really unfortunately, but fortunately and unfortunately, are better with money than most of the men in our community. That's just the way it is. So Kendra can't fathom why a woman would spend more money than she has, because women just don't really do that anymore. Men do it, women don't. And that's what I'm trying to. I mean, don't get me wrong. It's like, of course, there's going to be some women that spend more than what they have. But if you notice, in more cases than not, it's men trying to over floss. I made a new word, over floss, right? And spend more money than they have. And therefore, she's not getting it because she just doesn't have, she's just not around women who do that. And that's why she doesn't get it.
Okay. Okay.
And so that's why I'm not trying to defend her. It's just his analogy is not going to work
Any other deal
because it's more apparent that men do that.
breakers?
Smoking and financial. Financial is very important.
Okay. What about looks? So she got okay. I'm gonna stay there for a little bit. Have you dated women in the past that have financial issues?
Of course. And it
Okay.
didn't last long. It's one of the biggest secrets, especially in the beginning of dating, that a lot of women try to hide for whatever reason.
Okay.
So how did you figure it out during the dating? Like what happened?
You start asking questions like, hey, how, I'm trying to get an example here. This is, of course, not on the first.
Let me pause it. This is a perfect example. Mr. Snoopy says, I agree with him on that. My ex-husband was financially sound, but spent above his means, and credit was jacked up. Yep. Yep. It doesn't matter if you're a millionaire if you're spending $1 billion. Here we go.
First date, the second date, but over time, if you ask certain questions, she'll tell you, I don't care about how much money. And eventually, you keep on asking questions about her spending. She'll tell you what it is. I spend hypothetically $500 on my maintenance, my hair, on my nails, whatever that might be. My rent is so much. And you start calculating the numbers. Wait a minute, she doesn't make that much money, because over time, she'll tell you indirectly what she makes.
Does she ask you for money too?
It's not a deal breaker. I'll prefer it not to be, especially in the beginning.
Well, I was asking this, and the example that you were giving about past situations, were they asking you for money as well?
Okay. Yes.
Yes. And you got divorced. Now, was this the issue in your marriage?
No, that wasn't an issue in our marriage as far as finances. She had good financial means. I'm never going to disrespect her finances. No.
Got you. Okay. Now we'll keep going. Does a woman gotta look a certain way?
I would prefer a woman not to be heavier sets. I'm 6'3". I'm about 215 pounds. It'll be, in my opinion, not the best option for me to come home to a woman who is 200 pounds.
Actually, tall, skinny men are some of the most men that are attractive to heavy set women. So what he just said,
And yes, I did put a number.
he men, he really doesn't understand what the dynamic is, but that's his option. Here we go.
200 pounds.
I'll prefer her to be in between 140 to 160. The key word is
Welcome, Hazelbug in the house. Why Seeking Knowledge in the house. Phoenix Soul in the house. Let's keep it going. Here we go.
prefer.
So the weight preference is he wants you to be a lightweight. You could even,
Well, if we really go back into history and look at the 1970s, that our parents and grandparents, the usual weight was probably between 140 to 160. What's the big difference now?
That's not true. That's not true.
Or fast food was popular.
Well, that also, it also says that a person can control what they go into their mouth, so they can maneuver that.
Bro, you don't play no games. I mean, this woman got to be on point to be with you.
Exactly.
Well,
VM, you nailed it. I don't think he has that much money. Um, I understand he seems to be harping way too much on finances. I understand it might be his priority, and we're quite honest, I guess that he has that option. But it's nothing that it's that this is really something that that you want to work out with somebody later on. I mean, I can see why he's on the show because really he's kind of a little dry, and is talking about the wrong things like most of the men on this show do. They should be. That's one thing I did have noticed on this show is a lot of the men don't get it. And what I mean by not getting it is they don't understand when and where to bring up certain subjects and when not to. Right now, he is your goal as a man is to attract somebody who has um qualities that complement you and you complement them, not talk about finances or whatever, whatnot, because that is not really anybody's business at this time. He's coming out dry, he's coming out dull and boring because all he's doing is talking about finances, he's talking about logistics, which I understand because he was in the military, and that's his option. But the thing is this is that he's ruining his see, this is a good example of a man ruining his likability. When you come on a dating show like this, you don't wanna demand shit from people. You want to show your best side. You wanna show your jovial side. You wanna show people that you're fun to be around. Not only I mean, don't get me wrong, make it clear that you are a responsible human being, but at the same time, you need to show people that why they would wanna be around you, and, uh, the uh, you have to show that you why you wanna be around somebody in the first place. You see what I'm saying? Why people would want to be around you in the first place, and he's not doing that. He's, like, taking that for granted that that's going to happen. Here we go, I'm gonna keep it going. Mr. Snoopy says this, "Nah, he just doesn't have the financial means to take care of a woman and himself on his salary bars." Exactly. He is and he is ordering traits like he's a car shopping. Yep, nothing personal. Yep, yep, exactly. Here we go.
well, if 140 to 160 is on point, then why are we settling for the average woman to be 183 pounds? How is that normal? And that's supposed to be
See,
acceptable.
see, this is the funny part is that see, this is how I'm seeing it. This used to be a dating show, but it's more of a therapy show now because I'm just like, okay, I want a woman who's fit, and I'm moving on to the next question. What else would you like to know? I like somebody, you know, who's fun, jovial, likes to get outdoors, likes to work out, likes to, you know, watch some scary movies, shit like that. But notice how these guys never do that. They never talk about character. They never talk about, you know, uh, quality. They always talk about things that they can control women with, and that's it. Let me keep it going.
I'm not saying that it should be acceptable, and I'm not even telling you to change your requirement. Don't come for me, Merle. I was just saying.
Oh no, Kendra, you're good. You're good. You're good. Trust me, we're on the same shit of music. You're good.
I don't
It's
want
just
no
a
problems with
conversation.
you. I don't want no problems with you. You the teacher that said the paper was due on Thursday. Today's Friday.
I will, I would just say this,
I
Kendra.
mean, he just doesn't seem like a fun person to be around. He'd be like somebody fun who you might want to handle your money, and if that, but he doesn't have any of money of his own, as everybody says. So he's just not. He doesn't understand. This is why he's single. You know, there are only 15%. Only 15% of men are over 6 feet. So he shouldn't be. He shouldn't even have to be on the show if he was really because height is very attractive to women. It's one of the bigger attractions a man can have. Um, a man who is 5'7" will get let in, and like Denzel Washington. will get less, let's say, a less play than a man who is 6 feet and is average in face. Gulf Reflection says this: I love when they let me know they aren't worth it, bars. Even if they involuntarily show their dustiness. Yep, that's why we got to do this. We got to show you where the dust is at. And it's all in here. New Diamond says this: Phoenix, carefully select them too. But understand, patriarch has programmed women to be. So have patience if you find one that's appealing to you enough to try. Bars. Here we go.
If I came in here making fries at McDonald's at 46 years old, no woman would date me.
This is true.
So
It's somewhat true. I mean, it's still embarrassing, but what he's telling you, what he showed you right now, is he has no game whatsoever. And it's not really about game. He has no character. He has no flavor. Nobody, no, look, I've seen a 48-year-old guy, find attractive women and he's working at Starbucks or something. Okay. So that's not, he's trying to bail himself out of being a boring dude. That's the problem here. And Indiana Mom breaks it down just like this: controlling, selfish, self centered, degrading, insulting, liars, cheaters, abusers. I want one of those. Decking, waiting for the lightning to strike because I lied. Yeah, basically, that's what's going down. And why is Seeking Knowledge breaks it down like this: Black women are thicker. Those standard weight charts aren't derived from us, bars. They aren't. They are grossly overweight. Yeah, they are grossly overweight according to them too. They are such hypocrites. His ex is happier. I bet the farm on it. Bars. And it's true because it's like this. It's like this. I have seen um in the past a woman who was 5'3" and 150, and she had no problem attracting men. And that breaks that 5'5", he's supposed to be 115. But no, sorry, that wasn't it. Had a size 22 waist. So yeah, sometimes you got to ignore these Kevin Samuelites. That's what's going down. Welcome to the stage, New Diamond. How you doing tonight?
Hi, Tuesday Talks.
All right, you here for the dust? You here for the dust?
I'm always here for the Just Buckets. I'm reminded of them every day. Every time I go
It's
out,
all about the
I,
dust.
it is a too much. It's too much dust in the nation. That's a fact. It's too much. It's too much. And I have to fight them off because they don't have the IQ to understand where they're off limits. Where it's off limits, okay, if you're gonna compliment me, fine, I can say thank you. But a lot of times when you talk to them or say thank you,
Uh-oh.
they take
Diamond,
they take it. What happened with your presentation?
oh, I thought something happened on my. It might be me. It might be me. Keep talking because my internet is up and down over here.
Oh, okay, okay. No, I was saying, when you say thank you or something, if you don't say thank you, they'll call you rude. But if you do say thank you, then they want to engage in the conversation. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, I said thank you, go on. No, go. So anyway, but it's a lot. I'm here for a moment. I can't do LA for the rest of my life. I can't do it. But yeah, they everywhere. You know?
Yeah, that there's one thing the world will never run out of, and that's dust. Bridget, a Whopper sounds good. Yeah, Whoppers to me, Burger King makes if I had to eat that kind of food, Burger King, I don't mind going slipping in there. Let's see what else Kendra has to say. Here we go.
What men want and what women want are two different things. You
No shit.
like a not you individual, well, you do overall, but a protector, provider, a leader. The number one thing that men care about for women is physical attraction.
Protector, provider, a leader. That's not really necessarily true, but okay, I'll let it ride because
I'll give you an example. If Mark and Randy say, "Hey, my man, I got a homegirl for you," the first question he's going to ask is, "What does she look like?"
This is very true. Now, I'm happy you said that. And ladies, I hope you hear this because
right, and that means that he's shallow. I'm glad this guy's admitting that most men are shallow, at least in our community.
that is the truest thing out of all things. Whenever I tell men or ask men about women, the first thing they say is, "What does she look like? What does she look like?" And then everything happens from there. Now, the
Correct.
look is the number one requirement, and then they figure out everything else. This is true. Okay.
Correct.
And let's just be clear. So no woman that weighs 200, the preferred way is no. How tall are
Not
you again,
200. No,
bro?
no, no, no.
How tall are you?
I'm 6'3". 6'3".
6'3". Okay. You have three
Right.
children.
Okay.
Could she have kids?
Of course.
You're fine with that. Okay. Now, did I ask you this? So she got to make a certain amount of money.
It's irrelevant because let's be completely honest. Her money is her money. My money is my money. I'll give you even a great example.
Your money is your money
Only
or
ne-
your money?
Well, my apologies. My money is our money. My apologies.
Okay.
And I'll give you an example. I need three things from a woman financially. One,
Bars right here. Hazelbug hits it perfectly. A woman can protect and provide for herself. Yeah. And the thing is this is black women that do it the most. The reason why is this because you have to. Let's face it, you have to. Let me keep it going. Here we go.
One, and it's her job to take care of the groceries. You take care of the groceries, you shop for them, so forth, so on. Number two, if you have any debt,
I hope everyone notices how controlling the is that his behavior wise, this is it. This is all you're getting. You're not, this is the best you're getting. It goes downhill from here. So you need to realize that. A lot of people think people get better after time goes on, and that's usually not true.
see, it's not her job to fully pay for the vacation. Make that very clear. I'm just saying contribute to vacations.
Okay. But mortgage, light bill, all that's you.
Notice how he's talking about how you have to contribute. That means he has no money. He cannot afford taking you out to a vacation. Okay, which is fine. I mean, repeatedly. What I'm saying is this is that's okay as long as you know that's what you're signing up for. You might make more money than he do. Welcome, Darnell.
That's
He
most of
might
the
make more
time.
money than he do. Yeah, let me let New Diamond chime in, and then I'll let Darnell chime in. New Diamond, what's going
No,
on with you? What do you think so?
I was just going to say that's most of the time when it comes to women making more money than the men. That's most of the time. And a lot of times when they say what he just said about her money is, what did he say? What did he say? Her money. Oh, he said, what did he say?
Right.
Her money is my money.
Wait, she said he said her money is her money, my money is our money, or something like that.
Yeah. And that's how, that is it. That is for real. They use women for the resource. Women are the resources. You know what I'm saying? I just saw a lady on TikTok complaining about her man, and she was a preference, and she was dating a black guy, and she was talking about how she can't do the things that she wants to do for herself, like wear her nails and do this, because she has to pay all the bills, and he can't find work. And we all listening, we were chiming in like, girl, please, that man has some money. He may not, he's got something, but he's using you for your resources and keeping whatever he's got for himself. Okay,
Right. Hmm.
you being a fool right here. You know what I'm saying? And I just don't understand when women gonna wake up. Even when I was married, and even before him, I brought in most of the money in the relationship. And he wanted me to call him a king, and I said I can't do that because you're not a king. A king of what? What are you a king of? You a peasant, and in fact, you a bitch because you moved into my place. I didn't move into yours. You moved into my place, and so,
Hmm.
but yeah, that unfortunately is a majority. And now that women are starting to wake up, they're getting angry. You know what I'm saying? Because some women, not enough if you ask me, but some women are waking up and I notice how aggressive they're becoming when they see somebody classy. So like, go away. You know what I'm saying? But they need a shelter. They need food. They need somewhere to lay their head. You know what I'm saying? So we are the resource.
Well said. Darnell, how about your thoughts? Did you see what was going on?
To be honest with you, DJ Torch, I'm a little behind. I
Oh,
just
no problem.
literally joined the show maybe about 10 minutes ago. So
Got it. What I'll do is I'll play a little tape so you can catch up, and we'll go from
yes,
there.
yes.
Here we go.
I got it.
You got it. Okay. Do you want more kids, Merle?
It'll be nice. It's not a deal breaker, but it'll be nice.
Okay. What is the age range you desire to date?
There is no age limit.
No age limit.
Well, okay, let me be honest. Okay, I would say max, I would say probably about maybe 51 years old on a max. As far as I'm young, I would go down as low as maybe 28.
Okay. I want to say this. You got some male
And he's 45, so that's 15. Okay.
support coming
Wait
to
a minute.
you
No, no,
from
no, 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 no. 28. So yeah, 18. Okay.
the comment section. They're
You know what's
paying you
funny
to
to
say
me? You know what's funny to me? I guarantee you that if he dated a 28-year-old woman, then he would start complaining about her maturity level. That's how it usually goes down.
these things. So we got
Please.
little W. It's L and then two I's. And it says, that brother is preaching. Y'all better pay attention. He spent $5 to say that. Nation's
My
Capital
man.
said, they want tall. Why can't we want fit? You can't want fit, Nation's Capital. So he is agreeing with you. And then there's another male support. Lure of Leon
Wait a
says,
minute. No, wait a minute. The problem is this is only 70% of black men are fit. Okay. So why the funny thing I find is this: a lot of obese men go after women that are fit and then get mad at the woman when she says she wants a fit man herself. So you can't really, it's really a person by person basis. I don't think you can ask for, you can ask, I mean, you can ask for what something that you're not, but at the same time, a lot of it's funny to me how many of these men be on YouTube making fun of women, is calling them fat or dark or not attractive, and these guys be looking like mud ducks. I am telling you, they be looking tore up. I mean, tore to the floor. I mean, round balls
Exactly.
with, a round ball body, okay, with a jack-o'-lantern on top.
They look awful. They
Going
awful,
around,
and they be the first one to say something negative.
that's where it comes from. Hmm. Let me keep this going. Here we go.
Women want a man they can look up to, and men want a woman they can pick up. So you got 3 men. All 3 men co-sign your what it seems to be a parent's
Okay, let me
requirement
pause it right
first.
now. Hey, I'd like to welcome Curry Mack in the house. Curry Mack, welcome. Welcome. It's good to have new prospective or actual subscribers in the house. We are welcome to our rendition. I think it's number 12 of Dusties by the Dozen. We're talking about it's kind of a dating show. We go over uh, what was going down on Kendra's show and other shows. Earlier in the live stream, we were doing drops of, some of the latest news, things going down, like from somebody as young as who oh come on now. Somebody as young as Krishan Rock and somebody as old as Wendy Williams. Anyway, we welcome you. We're glad you're here. We have a cool little spot here. Everybody is real cool up in here. And if you like, you can join the panel or you can fill in the chat, whatever you want to do. That's what we're doing right now. So right now we're kind of critiquing what's going down. We're with this gentleman who's on Kendra G show. We also critique Kendra G as well. So let's get going. By the way, her hair looks bomb today. Here we go.
Okay.
Any man who ever says out loud that physical attraction isn't the number one kicker for men is 100% lying to you.
He just lied right there. He just showed you how shallow he is right there. He just
Well,
showed you how shallow he is right there.
well, to
I,
be
I,
honest with you, DJ Torch, if I may, um,
go for
to
it.
be honest, to be honest with you, um, yeah, I admit that he's shallow, but I'm gonna be honest with you, a majority of men are shallow. All right, so
Okay.
you know, like I said,
So let,
we're
so let me ask you this, Darnell. Do you believe that's one of the qualities that, I mean, not quality, I wouldn't call it a quality. Let's call it the characteristics that we have that is messing things up for us?
um, you know what, DJ Torch, I'm gonna agree with you. Yes, I think it is. Looks, because men, unfortunately, men, we are visual creatures. We're visual. You
Yeah, I would
know,
say in general, that's probably pretty accurate.
yeah.
I would say maybe, especially in my way younger days, I think I wouldn't call myself very visual because, I wasn't really picky like that. But
I mean,
now, I mean, after a while, you kind of learn your lesson a little bit. You know what I mean?
yes. Over the course
Well,
of
maybe
time,
you don't.
as you get
Right.
older, of course, experience is the best teacher. So,
True.
over the course
But
of
True.
time.
I like to.
Go ahead, ma'am. Go ahead.
Women are somewhat visual too, though. Okay, so I mean, we like look a little good looking men too, but you can't let that be the only factor, But then there are some women who only choose a good looking man, and then they end up in bad situations because they didn't vet in any other kind of way. So I think that the visual thing can be both ways, but women just tend to be a little bit more pickier, than when it comes to that. But we can be visual too, you know. The Queen Maker talks a lot about that, and she does a little bonquisha voice when she's talking about it, but she be like, y'all be out here looking at these men. Ooh, he's so fine. Ooh, he looks so good. Oh my God. And and just falling heads over the hill by his looks and not knowing what his toxic behavior, because that's the only thing you're looking for. So I think that we both can be a little bit more visual and we should be focused on just that alone. Of course, he wants somebody that looks decent, but it
Mhm.
shouldn't be that at itself. That shouldn't be the only thing. I think that with men, more men are just lust. It's just lust. You know what I'm saying? For real, they see something that looks good. I know this for a fact. Okay, and they immediately they're like piranhas. They're piranhas. They can't even just keep focused on one woman. You can be in a situation where you're in a bar or an event. I have. I've been in events where men literally have been with their girl or their spouse, and she's in the front, he's in the back, and he's out there looking at everybody. I've even had them wink at me while they were standing behind their woman. Okay, so you know, I think that we all could be a little too visual sometimes, but I think that men are just more lovable.
Yeah, New Diamond. I actually agree with that point. Um, like I said, men are more visual. Yes, there are women that are. I mean, women, yes, are visual as well, but I don't think they're as visual as men. You know, and the reason I say that is because men. You have to understand that I know a lot of people in the you know in the I'm trying to find the proper word, but in this say strip club industry, and you have no idea, all of the the strippers I talk to, all the men that are trying to get with them and trying to put on a cape for these women. Yeah,
So that's lust. That's lust. That's
uh,
lust attached.
yeah, yeah. I agree. I agree. It is love. It is love. You know,
Because we are visual. I want to look at something that looks good too. I don't want no moon cricket
but
myself,
see, but
But
but see here,
at the same time, I'm not gonna lust.
but see here's the thing is that women, they're not just looking about look. They want to know, okay, uh, is he a provider, for example? You know, can this
Not
guy provide?
not enough
Wait.
women
Let me
think
put a
like
break.
that.
Let me wait. Yeah, let me put some breaks on that. I don't think. I don't. I think. Darnell, I would have to disagree with that. Not fully, but to a certain percentage. You know how we work the percentages. The reason why is because if women only look for providers, there wouldn't be all these women in this ride or die relationships. They wouldn't be in these, you know, if Pookies and Ray Rays would not be getting women. You see what I'm saying? So
I mean,
that can't really be that accurate about women wanting providers. Plus, basically, when it comes right down to it, us generally as men, if everything that Kevin Samuels was accurate, there's not black men. We don't provide. We might share, we might stack money together, but we don't provide. You don't. You see where I'm coming from?
I do agree that most black men don't provide. I do agree with that assessment. Like I said, most black men. I don't have to. Ah, I'm sorry. Statistics that show that
Well, what,
most black
let
men.
me chew on let me chew on that for a minute. So you do agree that we don't, provide. Let's say we don't. I won't say that we don't provide at all. That's not true. We
No,
don't provide nearly as much as maybe other cultures do. Now,
I I agree with that assessment. Yes,
okay,
we black men, we make 70 cents on the dollar for our white counterparts.
right. Got it. So, with that said, you would think that if women's priority, right? was to provide, like we've heard all over, the Kevin Samuels world, Red Pill, and whatever. Then
Mhm.
basically these women would all be dating out. It wouldn't be just 15%. It would be 50%. Do you see where I'm coming from? So what I'm saying is this is that this feeling that black women make a high value on provision, unfortunately.
Hello, did I lose you?
He's
Hello?
going in and out sometimes. He goes in and out sometimes.
Oh,
Oh,
did I
okay.
you see where I'm coming from? I don't know if you
Uh,
heard me or not.
no, sir. No, sir. I didn't. You broke up.
Okay. Yeah, the internet's funny here. But anyway, what I'm saying, I'm not sure where I broke up, but what I was saying is this, is that if black women truly had thought of provision as much as men think they do in the manosphere,
Mhm.
then most of them would be dating out
I would agree with that
because
assessment. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, I mean that's basically my point. I mean, I'm not saying that there are not women that want to, you know, be taken care of or want to be provided for or whatever. But what I'm saying is that for these guys repeating the Kevin Samuels talking about provision and all that, it doesn't make sense because if that was the case, and women would not be dating black men because there are other races of men who are more capable of provision. You see what I'm saying? So that's my point.
Yes, sir. I understand your point. The only thing is that this is my opinion, but black women, in my opinion, are the most
Mhm.
race loyal that you will find. That's the problem.
Exactly.
They are
Exactly.
the most race loyal. So black women do tend to find that guy that maybe necessarily isn't that provider, but you know, he's entertaining, he's fun, you know, he's black,
Right.
you
Hmm.
know, and in my opinion, that is
Right.
an issue. Black women, in my opinion, is the most race loyal demographic there is. That's that's over white men. That's over
No,
white
it's
women.
right. Yeah, it's clear because see the thing is this is that when when you stack both of our theories together, it makes
Mhm.
even more sense because really, quite honestly, it's the only thing you can think is how there's no really when you think about it, other than skin color, what advantage would black men have? Let's say black men were not black, they were green, right?
Okay.
What what and they had their own green culture, whatever culture that is, right? Why would they
Yeah.
even want to stick with all the metrics that are out there? Why would a black woman want to be with a green person? Does that make sense?
Um,
Well,
I
let me say
apologize.
blue because blue would be. Well, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say I apologize, but I don't see your analogy here on this one. Um,
Well, it's like this. Okay, let's
okay.
say it was Caucasian men that had the traits of black men right now. Okay, and had the financials of black men right now. Okay, let's swap them around. Black women are still same. Still, black women still have the same stats and everything, right? But let's say the um the Caucasian men had behaviors and financials like black men do. I mean, black men have right now.
Okay.
Would black women want to s- to would if like I know this sounds weird. I'm trying to explain this. It's so hard. You snap your
Go ahead.
fingers, and instead of let's say you snap your fingers, instead of saying Wendy Williams' ex-husband, right? You're saying Keanu Reeves. Okay. And he's got the same traits as now Wendy Williams' husband, right?
Okay.
Okay. Wait. Yeah. As Wendy Williams' husband, right? Would a black woman want to be with that person? Just because he's white.
My opinion, no. This is my opinion, but I
Okay.
believe black women desire black men overall.
Okay. Right. Right. So it's a skin thing. It's a color thing.
It, to be honest with you, DJ Torch, I don't know 100% for sure. The only thing that I have to go off on is that black women, like I said, they are the most race loyal demographic there is. A white guy, well, when it comes to men anyway.
Okay. Okay, let me be blunt because I did not explain very well. So let me be blunt. Okay.
Okay.
If a black woman was not race loyal, but would she be more successful?
To be honest with you, I can't say for sure. In theory, if a black woman say got what I believe the most successful race, I believe is Asian men. I believe, and that's based on
Wait, say that again. Wait,
uh,
okay, rewind that one more time. What did you just say?
I believe that the most successful demographic there is, as far as when it comes to men, I believe is Asian, and it's just based on Department of Labor
Okay,
statistics.
when you say that, do you mean in what metric? Because
Making money.
okay, but that's just money. So um yeah, that's probably true.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
So
that's
if you
not
go to Department of Labor, DOL, I believe it's DOL.gov or Department of Labor. You could do a Google search and research Department of Labor, but yeah, you'll find that
I'll check
Asian
that.
men are.
Let me play a little bit more of this tape. We got some tape to get through, so let me.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
100% lying to you. Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Sure.
Pause. Oh, shout out to hello. Let me see what's going on here. Okay. My screen split. Shout out to Tanya Milliter in the house, Hazel Bug in the house, Phoenix Soul. We have also Curry Mack is in the house, Indiana Mom, Why Seekins Knowledge, JG Music, welcome. It's good seeing you. Here we go. What did I do with that? Okay. Give me 1 second. Y'all, I got to do one thing real quick.
Well, while you're doing that, I'll say this is black
Okay, there we go.
women are more so faithful. See, I've heard black women, even myself, when I talk to black women about this race lawyer stuff, and a lot of them are like so.
Can you repeat your statement? I apologize that you were broken up. Can you repeat your statement? I didn't hear it.
Okay, can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Any man who ever said.
Let me pause that. Okay. Go ahead.
Because what I was saying was is that a lot of Black women, even that I personally either have been friends with or spoken to, they say, they say they'd rather just be single than to go to another race. Literally, I've heard Black women say, they think that certain men smell bad and they can't, they say they'd rather just stay single than to go outside of their race. And I think that's awful. And then there's also the Peter Wecker. You know what I'm saying? So, these are things that my Black women friends have said to me. You know what I'm saying? That well, if I have to just leave Black men alone, then I'll just stay single. Or some will consider going to a woman, but most of them don't even say that. They just say, I'll be single because I can't see myself with a white man. So I just
Got it.
want to throw that
Got it.
in there.
Okay.
So that kind of proves my point.
Says out loud that physical attraction isn't the number one kicker for men is 100% lying to you.
100% lying to you. Okay. Let's do the Kendra Cam.
Sure. Say 6'3", 215 pounds. There you go.
215 pounds. And you cannot weigh 200 pounds as a woman. Preferred weight, 100.
And he has no style, and he looks like he doesn't work out. Here we go.
To 160.
I mean, 170. It all depends. I'll say this: throw out the 140 to 160. Let's say hypothetically, a woman is 170.
Always seems like the men who offer the least want the most. I don't know about you guys, but that's what it seems like to me.
Well, to be honest,
70 pounds.
George, I weigh 143 pounds, so and I'm 6'1".
Well, yeah. You could use a couple more. You could use a couple more visits to the gym. I already told you about that.
Yes, you did.
Yeah. So, I can't. I mean, hey, you got the frame. You got me. You got me by 20 years. You should be kicking my butt, my man. You should be kicking my butt. You know that.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah. Let me play a little bit more of this.
And she's athletic. That's an exception to the rule all day, every day.
Okay.
So it's not a number. It's more or less, I'll say it again, physical appearance.
Physical appearance. How you wear your weight?
Correct.
Okay. When was your last relationship, Merle?
2 years ago, my divorce.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
Let me pause that right there. Why doesn't Kendra, she asks all these questions, but she leaves out like, well, why did you get divorced? One of the most important questions you can ask somebody. Here's another question to ask, ladies. Do you have any restraining orders? Have you ever hit a woman? Okay. These are questions that you need to know. Okay. See, that's the only thing that kind of gets me is like, why doesn't she ask him? The most important question is why he is where he's at now, which is why are you single? It's okay. Some answers will be fine. Some answers not so fine. Bridget Mouton, are you on the national offenders list? That kind of stuff.
A gentleman never tells.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on when
That's not true. But I mean, I understand why, but here we go.
it comes to a relationship.
In a relationship, everybody has to work on patience, communication.
She asked you, dude. That's how you know he's got a narcissistic vibe. Let me play that back. This is very important. This is a very important piece of this.
Correct.
Okay. When was your last relationship, Merle?
2 years ago, my divorce.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
A gentleman never tells.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on when it comes to a relationship.
In a relationship, Everybody has to work on patience.
Now, did you notice how he said everybody and not just focused on himself? The question was about him. We don't need, see, that's how you either know that one, he's not on here for a date, he's on here just to tell people what to do, or two, that he's a narcissist and that he's basically trying to draw the attention away from him and his own flaws. When they, one of the things that always will make a narcissist is they always think they're perfect.
Communication. The third one, it's tough. I can't think on top of my head a third one.
Let me bring this back here, and then I want to get your thoughts on this. Now, he's wrong when he says this.
Correct.
Okay.
Listen.
When was your last relationship, Merle?
2 years ago, my divorce.
Okay. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
A gentleman never tells.
Okay. 3 flaws you have to work on when it comes to a relationship.
3 flaws you have to work on when it comes to a relationship. The key word is YOU. This is what he says.
In a relationship, everybody has to work on.
But he chose to say everybody has to work on. This guy's a narc.
On patience, communication. The third one, it's tough. I can't think on top of my head.
And all of those that he named, not everybody has to work on. Some men can communicate. Some men have patience. So what he did is he tried to cover his own weaknesses. He was so stuck up that he wanted to cover his own weaknesses by blaming everybody else. Saying he's perfect in a very weird way. What do y'all think?
Go ahead, New Diamond. Go ahead.
I'm sorry, I was typing. Yeah, I mean, yes, he is. Well, I just said he sounds like a product of the Kitten Hills product. You know what I'm saying? His whole thought process is a collective. You know, he speaks for the. He's trying to speak collectively, and like instead of individualizing his own self. To answer the question directly about. Like you said, DJ, her dating show is not a dating show anymore. It's almost like a therapy session
Yeah.
for It's like she shouldn't have to coach or these questions, but some of these questions are just you know what I'm saying? It's like you shouldn't be on a dating show or on a dating app or anything concerning dating when your mind frame is like this. But they think that their mind frame is okay. So
I'm gonna catch up on some of these messages. Let me get them out here. Someone needs
what
to
about
feed
you, Sonia?
soul food, Darna. Go ahead, Darna.
New Diamond, I somewhat agree with you. Somewhat. As far as him, maybe I didn't see the whole thing. It's possible I didn't see the whole thing, but it's possible he's not necessarily narcissistic. The thing is that when he says that, okay, again, this is just my opinion. He can't help biology. He can't help programming. I mean, there are multiple women I see throughout the day that I want to talk to, for example.
Okay.
I want to talk.
Okay, Darnell.
Go ahead. Hello? Hello? Did I
Okay,
lose
am
you?
I back? Am I back? Okay, I'm back. Yeah, am I back? Can you hear me?
Yeah. Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, good. Okay. What I was saying is this is that we're trying to focus on his response. She asked him, "What are 3 things you need to work on?" She said, "What are 3 things you need to work on?" And then
Okay.
he said, "Everybody needs to work on," and he named 3 things, like one was communication, one was some other thing. Do you notice that he did that, first of all?
Yes, I did notice he said everyone. But
Okay.
I mean, can you fault him
So
though for saying that there is a lack of communication? Can you fault him for that?
no. No, I mean, yes, I do fault him because not everybody are bad at communicating. The thing okay,
I
I
mean,
gotta play it one more time. Sorry, folks. Sorry, folks. Let me play it one more time. Let me play it one more time. Here we go. This is important here.
A gentleman never tells.
Okay.
The
Three
3 flaws you need to work on when it comes to a relationship. She didn't say everybody. She didn't say somebody. She didn't say men. She didn't say women. She said him, as in Merrill, as in himself. And this is his response.
In a relationship, everybody has to work on patience, communication.
Patience, communication.
The third one, it's tough.
Not everybody needs to work on patience. Not everybody needs to work on communication.
but
To me,
DJ Torch, would you agree that a majority of Americans should probably work on
This is he
communication? Would you agree with
communicated.
that?
That's the point I'm trying to make. Because he can't he can't speak for me. He can't speak for New Diamond. He can't speak for everybody in the chat. He can only speak for himself. That's how she framed the message, the question. She didn't tell him to give him she didn't ask for his opinion on what he thought everybody had to work on. She asked him what he needed to work on.
Yes.
That's my point.
Okay, I see that.
Okay, let me give you.
I can't think on top of my head a third one.
He said, "Listen, I got it all. Don't play with me. Don't play with him."
I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
Well, you only gave me one flaw.
What flaw was as what? Okay, here's another. I'll give you an example. I can say Kendra, flush the toilet. I mean, put the toilet seat down. I mean, what's the kid say it again? I can say Kendra, flush the toilet. What I really meant was, hey, Kendra, baby girl, do me a favor. Put the toilet seat down before you flush the toilet because all the toxins you get in the air get on your toothbrush, you get on the toothpaste, on the counter, things of that nature. 2 ways of saying the same thing. I could say flush the toilet, which is
He's got a problem. I'm gonna keep it going because I don't know his analogy is making no sense.
very direct, depending on who you are. Don't like the direct approach. But in reality, what I'm saying is put the toilet seat down before you flush the toilet. So being direct, it could be a flaw depending on who you talk to.
So is that a
So he's an asshole. Let me keep it going.
desire of yours? You want a woman in general to put down a toilet seat before she flushes the toilet?
I would say this. It was just an example. It was just an example.
I know, but it was an example. I was looking like, ooh, child.
You know how you flush your toilet. It's your toilet.
Okay, fair enough. Why would a woman be lucky to be with you?
Well, first of all, if she meets my requirements, I'm looking to be with her because she's a rare breed. Let's just be completely honest.
Okay.
So
Here he goes. He's starting to come out. She meets my requirement.
all that lucky to be with me stuff. I mean, it is what it is. She has small requirements, and vice versa. So we'll be lucky to be with each other. So I'm not gonna put it all off. Oh my God, if I meet this person, she'd be lucky to be with me. Nah, if she meets my requirements, I'm lucky to be with her.
Do you want to get married again?
In a heartbeat to the right woman.
And what qualities you feel as though make you a good husband?
Cause make me a good husband. I do the things that most women want. I protect, I provide.
If that was the case, he'd still be married. Let's just keep going here.
I lead. I don't
There you
need
have
your financial. Let's say hypothetically a woman makes $1 million or she makes 20,000 a year. It's irrelevant to me. I can't spend her money.
What does that mean? You can't spend her money, she makes money, but she would contribute in certain ways, right?
I'll give you an example, Kendra. This is a great example. Kendra, you're my woman, hypothetically. And we've dated for 2 years. I say, hey, Kendra, baby girl, can I get $100? You're going to give it to me. But in the back of your head, why am I giving this broke ass dude $100? So with that being said, can I really ask my woman for money?
I think you can.
I beg to
think you should
differ.
be able to,
If,
because
if,
here's the reality of relationships, right? And I know in the perfect world there's this stance, and I think maybe you should come in with, like you said, being a provider and things of that nature. But life can happen, right? And God forbid, I'm not saying this should happen, but something can happen to you physically and everything changes, right? So you should want a woman that can keep the family going if God forbid something happened to you. And as your woman, because to me, marriage is a teammate situation. We're teammates. I got you, you got me. So even though I do well, I think one of the things that men have always told me, I never come across like, oh, I make so much more money than you, because I don't move like that. Like I'm not that kind of person. So I think it's very possible to be okay with a woman doing well. And I do think in a teammate situation,
Bless Kendra's heart, but you don't want to be in a situation like she's explaining. It's different if it's temporary or something like that, you know. But she's talking about struggle love. Don't do struggle love. Here we go.
it benefits. There would be certain things.
No,
You
there's
know,
nothing that benefits. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm not saying, go over there to Kendra's show and talk about her. No, just know that no. No. How many stories have you heard of a woman loaning or something like that, or make something that it just never happens? It usually gets worse. So no, don't do that. I'm not going to endorse what she's saying right now.
and with her making a certain amount of money, it might have a certain amount of access, a certain amount of knowledge. So I do think it matters.
well, here's also about thing, Kendra. You said use that worst case scenario. What if the man loses a job or financials go a little crazy, whatever that situation may be? I'm retired military. I did my work in my 20s and my 30s so I can relax in my 40s and my 50s.
Oh, so
I have a
you good.
guarantee.
What does that have to do? What does that have to do with anything? And there are plenty of people who are in the military who did early work and they are struggling. Many of which some are even are homeless right now. So what he's talking about, I mean, he seems to be managing himself better, but at the same time, it's not true what he's saying. He's trying to saying like he's wealthy or something, and he's not. He's getting by. He's got enough money to pay for what he's got, but he cannot say that for all men that are been in the military. Anybody want to make an opinion?
Yeah, I do. Can you hear me clearly?
Yeah, sure can.
Yeah.
Okay. Is I'm tired of hearing them say two things, well, three things I heard. I was keeping the record like they were trying to. But with this right here, what if I lose my? Why is this question a common question by them? What? It's common sense what you do. If you lose a job, then you apply for another one. However, you should be preparing for a rainy day if you were a wise man in the first place. Because we do know that in the world we live in today, especially, things are crashing left, right, north, south, east, and west. Okay, so a woman knows when she got a good man. Okay, so and they're gonna be there. I've done it. My ex lost a job and I had to go work a little bit more to help out. You know what I'm saying? But the goal and for him was that I didn't have to work so much. But yes, I was there being a help me to help, situation. It's pretty common sense. When they ask that question, I'm like, why are you asking that question? It's like, are you planning to fail? Do you have a failing mind? I mean, it's pretty, no other man would say that. What do you do if I lose a job? You go get another one. Anyway, you know, that's what I gotta say about that. It's common sense. It's common sense. And I go back to the patience thing when you said about having patience. That's just to me a way of saying deal with all my dust bucketry and hold on no matter how much I cheat and lie and do all this stuff. You just hang on and keep on praying and keep on praying, and eventually I'll get it right. I just saw a 70-year-old man on a channel that's on with discussing that went viral. 70 years old, talking about he needs a woman and he's ready to settle down, looking like he's been ran over at a railroad track and
I remember that.
missing. 70 years old, 70 years old, and looking a mess. So you can look good at 70 and take care of yourself, but he did not take care of himself. And put online talking about he ready to settle down with someone. Are you serious? So those two things I want to throw in there about that patience thing and just about that. It's pretty common sense what you do. If you lose a job, you get another one. That's all I got to say about that.
I'd
There's
like to welcome Kevin to that stage, but let's get Darnell's
okay, but
input. Darnell, feel free.
Yeah, yes, I just wanted to respond. So, New Diamond, here's where I disagree with you. Is that I mean, yes, it's true. You lose a job, go get another one. You
it's
got
how
to
you
apply
lose your
for it.
job.
I'm sorry.
That's mean, yeah. I don't want to interrupt, but I'll let you speak. But I have some input on this, right? But I'll let you speak.
Okay. Thank you. Um. So yes, it is true that job loss is going to happen. Okay. Everyone is going to experience job loss. All right. But it it can be tough. Like for example, the career path I chose. For example, I joined the military. I decided to get out and become a government contractor because it was more money, and at that time, the money was very lucrative. You had the war on terror. I mean, my God, I mean, our government was spending so much money on defense, it was ridiculous. You know, literally, it would take a whole nother episode to explain how things work. So I'll keep it brief. But basically, what ended up happening is that when Obama became former president, Obama became president. He wanted to pull all the troops out. He wanted to get out of the Middle East. Every president has said that for the longest. And not that I didn't necessarily believe that was going to happen because, like I said, I mean, the American people want to feel safe, but when when I started seeing friends get laid off, you know, and they didn't need people, reality began to set in, and eventually I got laid off. I survived. I believe it was three. I believe my second contract. I believe I survived three job cuts. It was two or three. I can't remember. But it was two or three job cuts I survived, but eventually I got let go. They just didn't need us anymore. Things changed.
Okay, let's land the
And
plane. Let's land the plane.
yes, sir. So what I'm saying is that things do change. And I believe what the gentleman is asking in this video is that, hey, if things do change, are you still going to be down for me? Are you going to up and abandon me? You know, uh, this has happened to me as a man. You know,
Okay,
hell,
let me break it down like this. Let me break it down like this, and hand it over to Ted for 1 minute. It's
yes,
like it's not. It's when things break down. It really depends. You can't say it in general because it depends on how and why things broke down. I mean, there might have been something that was your responsibility that you made it break down. If it's just like because they laid you off and then you need to find another gig, that's different. But if it was something you did and it's something that's
well, DJ Torch, let me put it to you
can you
like
transfer
this.
me still?
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
but
Yeah, you cut off.
well,
I
yeah,
apologize.
yeah, I cut off for a second. What I'm saying is this: is that if it's something, maybe it was something that you did that made things go down like that. You got to understand the key. If you are the king of the castle and you run the ship, then it's basically on you to make sure that the ship is doesn't sink. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much what I'm saying.
Well, I mean that's true, but like when you have like my career path was,
Wait,
politics are
wait. I'm
involved.
sorry. I'm sorry. My bad. Let me let Tevin speak. Go ahead,
Yes, sir.
I will say
Tevin.
this: it's not about you lose your job. It's how you lose your job. If you could get fired, if you get, let's just say, if someone get fired, they can find another job. But let's just say things are different. There are certain ways you can lose your job. Like if you can get sick or have an injury that could stop you from working. Or let's just say if you like myself, who is somebody who is disabled. So it's ways things can happen because I know someone now who who can't work because of a certain situation that involve an injury. So injuries could happen, and sometimes those injuries could be near death. So
I
Well,
understand.
well, I mean, like I said, myself being a government contractor, like I said, politics played a key in slowing me down. You know,
But
it was
but but
politics.
but we're not.
Everybody
But
wants the
we're
truth.
not But Darnell, we're not necessarily talking about you.
and the
Well,
thing is,
I understand that, but the point is that I'm trying to make is that sometimes there are outside influences or forces that are just out of your control. You know, I mean, they started closing bases in Afghanistan. You know, E- we all knew the writing was on the
Got
wall.
it. Okay, we're done. Okay, okay, okay.
another thing
Let's go
is,
ahead and finish up. Wait. Hold on 1 second. Let's go ahead and finish up tonight. I'll let everybody speak, and then we're gonna head out because the internet or something is going too bad, is bad, and I don't want to get stuck on uh talking about that aspect anyway. So everybody,
And
you can talk about what you want now because I'm about to leave, but um, let's start with New Diamond. Um, let's be focused on this guy right here on the screen. What do you think? Give me your opinion of him, what you think he should be doing, what he shouldn't be doing, and then I'll hand it over to the next person.
Um, Let me think about it. Start with somebody else.
Okay. Darnell, you can go.
okay, as far as this individual, I would have to see more video clip, but I'll be honest with you. I did kind of notice, and DJ Torch, you pointed this out. I believe New Diamond also pointed it out that he did seem to kind of dodge certain questions. So that is a cause of concern as far as this individual goes. You know, um, do I agree with everything? No. Excuse me. Do I agree with everything that this gentleman has said? No. But um, you know, is there a little bit of truth in what he's saying? Yes. You know, uh, but yeah, he definitely does seem to be kind of uh, what's the term? not waffling. He's not waffling. It's another term.
Evasive.
Say that again. Evasive. Yes. Evasive. He seems to be evasive.
Got it. Tevin?
I mean, this guy here sounds like he's not a good person to be around with at all. Just I watched as much as this as I could. I might have watched the whole thing, but from what I've seen so far, he doesn't sound like a good person. He doesn't sound like he's good to date. And the thing is, if he's, I wonder what caused his divorce. Was it him cheating or what? Because I believe that is what happened. Because he already mentioned he had a 16 and a 17-year-old. I wonder, was he married to their parent? I believe those are two that got the same mom. I wonder what happened there, but
So a wife and a mistress.
it could be. And I wondered how long did he say he was married?
Yeah, that's a good one. It wasn't too long.
So, but he might not married the 9-year-old's mama too. So that sounds like another red flag right there.
I agree. All right, everybody. I'm going to call it a night. I'm going to fix the internet. But I appreciate everybody coming through. This is DJ Torch. I'm going to hit the beat. Here we go. I think. I'd like to thank everybody on the stage and in the chat for coming through. I appreciate it so much. Let me kick the beat. In this moment, yes, I cannot say what's wrong. By the way, we have another show tomorrow night. Come check us out tomorrow night. We do have another show. It's called No Snitching. We're going to go over the snitch culture in our community. Here we go. Or the lack thereof. Here we go. Wrong or right. It's not hard to fool me. 'Cause I'm addicted to the good life. Yeah. Either way, I follow. No need to say. Where we are heading now, babe. I follow to the edge of it all. To the edge of it all. So tell your good lies. 'Cause I'll buy no matter what. Yeah. Susceptible lies. Before the moment flies. Ooh, so tell you good lies. 'Cause I'll buy no matter what. Ooh, susceptible lies. Before the moment flies. All right. Shout out to Bridget Mouton, Kay Brown, Indiana Mom, Curry Mac, Mistress Newbie, nothing can stop me. New Diamond, 'cause I'm addicted to Sandy Red, New York to SF, I follow. No need to say. JG Music, where we are heading now, babe. Hazel Bud, I follow to the edge of Kevin the Lifestyle Guy. So tell your good lies. 'Cause I'll buy no matter what. Phoenix Soul, Why is Seeking Knowledge? Before the moment flies.
So tell me goodnight. 'Cause I'm not a better one.
All right, everybody.
So set the bar down before the moment flies.
Shout out to K Brown as well. See everyone on the next one. Here we go.